Welcome. Welcome. Hey, Moose Country, welcome.
Bonjour, ici Andréane Barbeau. Je suis fière de m'associer à Josephé pour célébrer avec vous les pros de la prochaine génération. L'équipe de hockey de votre enfant pourrait s'en...
Welcome. Hey, Moose Country, welcome.
What's up, Moose fam? Call back here for the very first live of the new year. I hope you guys all had a very blessed holiday season, and I hope you guys have very prosperous New Year's. I'm already joined by another Moose fan, Steve-O Moose Maniac. Has joined in. So let's just get to it. We're going to talk about... we're going to talk about the trades, obviously. And we're also going to get into the performance as of late and how the last few games went since the break started. So anyways, Steve, how you doing, sir?
Oh, doing good so far.
Yeah? How you liking the trade this season?
This season? Well, it's to make the team and rebuild, right? So
that's right.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting, and we're set up for future.
We are. I think Cam did an okay job. I mean, we all knew it was a sell year. so we knew we were going to lose our biggest players.
Yep.
I have my concerns with some of the trades, but we'll get right into that. I'm just going to get to the chat real quick because I haven't been paying attention as I've been getting things ready for the stream. So I'm going to get into it. Paul Goodyear, let's go. Hi, Melissa. My sister joined in. Hey, Libby. What up, AJ? What up, Jesse? Are you guys there now? Not sure where you're mean. Thanks, Jesse. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thanks, Lindsay. Hi, Kim. Thanks, AJ. I saw you at Costco on Sunday. Was I at Costco? I probably was. It was probably me. Next time you see me, just step up and say what's up, man. I don't think he was there Sunday. I was there recently. I don't know what day it was. Hi, Eden. How you doing? Thanks for the happy birthday wishes. I was there yesterday. We were at the Moose game. Happy birthday. Thank you, Paul. I have a twin. Nobody can have. There's no way in the world that two people can have this beautiful of a face. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. Thank you, Jesse.
It has to be in Europe.
We are in Halifax at 1-ish and then at the game and then home and I think she meant home. Yeah, home. Who are future goalies for the next season, at least? Okay. So let's just, you know what? Let's just dip. Thank you, John. Let's just dip right into trades because that's why everybody wants to talk about. I gotta say, I was in the chats and we heard about the Steinman trade before the draft. It was rumors and rumbles going around, and I believed it then. But I love Russo, and I'm not trying to throw shade on his way, but he hasn't really been performing. I get that he doesn't have a team in front of him, but he hasn't been performing to the way we know he can. So the fact that Steinman was doing so good, to me, that seems more like a lateral move for Moncton than an upgrade. So there's no way it's happening. Not only do we lose
and
Russo,
it did.
we end up losing Crosby as well. So that was a bit of a surprise to me. I don't like the trade personally. I didn't want a goalie in return. My concern is that Steinman's going to show up and not show out. I don't think he's going to want to play. Remember last year we traded Fournier. We ended up getting Reynolds. And you could tell Reynolds didn't care. He didn't want to play. It showed on the ice. My fear is, Steinman.
He wanted to just score. He wanted to just score against Sea Dogs.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. My concern is that Steinman's going to be much the same. He's not. What does he care? He's not he goes from a go for team, who he helped get there. He helped them get there, and then they trade him. I don't think he's going to want to play for us. Maybe against Moncton, but that'd be about it. What do you think?
We'll see. At least I cannot. I'm not gonna yell his name every time now.
Melissa was talking about that. We can't say Steinman.
Yeah,
and
unfortunately,
we're definitely not saying Russo. At least I won't be.
No. I don't think we're going to say Russo because he served well for Moose Country there, and he'll be always the goalie goal famous in the Moose Country. So that you cannot take out that, right? So it was incredible glove saves, his goal, his sportsmanship. And you know what? Like he had the twice first star, and he still smiled for the camera. So you don't see that very often, right? So it's even if you get like 40 plus shots, he's still smiling.
Yeah. No, I love Rooster, man. He's definitely going to be sorely missed. We'll see how it brings. I mean, I'm hoping that maybe there is a future trade in that. I do believe that we are going to get Desnoyers either next year or the year after, and I'm thinking that, in my opinion, they got the better of these last two deals with Moncton when they got McKinnon and Vidicek, and now they got Russo and Crosby. It seems like they got the better of all the deals this year, so I'm hoping that means that they're going to take care of us later on down the road, and maybe we'll get somebody like a Desnoyers.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes, and what? Best of luck to Rooster and the rest of the guys, the ex Moosehead. And I always said that you're a Moosehead once, you're always a Moosehead.
Yeah.
It's that's how it is. You get drafted by the Moosehead, and you just go for it, right?
We kicked off the trade season with a trade that seemed to come out of left field, with King Lou and Jack Martin being traded away to Rimouski in favor of getting Quinn Kennedy. Now, there's been rumblings about us getting Quinn Kennedy since he was drafted, simply because his dad is with the organization as the assistant GM. So, we obviously want the hometown boy to come play for us. And I want to make it clear, if you don't already know out there, it was Lou's choice to leave. Lou was battling some deep-seated mental issues, depression, so on and so forth, and he needed to be back home close to his family. Lou is probably one of the most down-to-earth, sweetest human beings that I've ever had the pleasure to meet. When all the drama went down with my channel, without any coercement, he called me. Like, he had my cell phone number. He called me, asked me what was going on, asked me if I needed help, asked me if there's anything he could do for me. He's just a very solid human being, and I will miss him dearly. I think he was great for the locker room. I think he was great for the gameplay. Him and his dad are, like I said, just salt of the earth people, and I, for one, am gonna miss the hell out of Lou.
A lot of hurt there, so it's good. And you know what? Good luck for him down with Rimouski, right? So he's got the caddy there, and
Martin
and Martin's there, Jack there.
Yeah.
I actually have his last signature on his those plaques there. So
Yeah.
I went to see him, and a bunch of kids didn't have the Sharpie to get signatures, or whatever. So I have my Sharpie. I was like, "Hey Jack, can you sign those ones?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And his dad was like, "Oh yeah, right on." And you've seen a couple of kids just come there. That was the time that he got traded the day after. But
Yeah.
it's at least he's gonna enjoy himself too. You know why? Like, it's he works super hard. So
Yeah.
So
Hi. So listen, in the chat real quick, man, if you have a memory that you want to share about any of the 7 who left this season, I'm going to make a giveaway of it. So I'll make a post. Actually, Melissa, can you jot this down? I don't know what the prize is going to be yet, but we'll make a. You want to write in on our Facebook at the Moose Fans on Facebook, on the post that Melissa's gonna make. Let us know one of your memories, your fondest memories of one of the 7 players who just left. It's Logan Crosby, Matthias Rousseau, Lou Levesque, Jack Martin. We're also going to include all the players we lost this season due to trade. So I'll also go with Catafor. We will also go with Vidicek and McKinnon. So let's hear if you guys have a personal story to share. Maybe you've seen him after a game, or out at McDonald's, or whatever the case may be. If you have a story you want to share, we'll pick our favorite and get a nice gift to you guys. I do still have gifts from the last giveaway, just haven't been able to meet up with you guys. But we do have plans on meeting them for the jersey, and there's a hat, and there's a bag, and stuff like that. So we'll get a good giveaway going for that, for your guys' stories. Let me get into the chats real quick, because it's blown up. We got a good crowd in here today, guys. Thanks, man. The first game back, first live back, and you guys are showing up and showing out. I love it. Thank you.
They want to burn the turkey while typing.
Yeah, right? Okay, so we left off at John Siteman. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, buddy. Well, CJ has that face. I'm not sure what that means there, darling. I love the Kennedy trade, says Eden Arkansas. You know what? I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Kennedy to really judge him. I know he was great for his former team with Rimouski. So I'm hoping that we see some of that same flair. Jesse Cyril, I agree the Steinman must be pissed off. I would be. I'd be absolutely zeroed in on not doing anything. Eden says they had to swap him because Rooster is a 20. Yes, that's true, and they are set for 20s. Melissa says Russo. Goodyear says I still be cheering for Russo. I'll still be cheering Russo on every time. Same here, man. I love Rooster, and that's not going to change. Once a Moose, always Moose. Lindsay, that's right. Steinman is also 20, Eden. That's what she meant. They had to get rid of Steinman to make room for Russo. Traded a 20-year-old goalie for another 20-year-old goalie, says AJ. Yes, again, I really do believe that's at best a lateral move. In Arkins, yes, that's what I meant, she says to Melissa. Chris Foley, oh my God, I don't have to talk now. Why don't you have to talk, Chris? You always have to talk. Get your ass in here and start running your mouth. John Seitman, I think the NCAA rule changes have changed the game as they will always have something to play for the future versus before where that's a good point. You know, maybe he will come here and try because he might be looking forward to going NCAA, playing uni after the Q. That's right. That's a good point there, John. AJ, can we call them the Moncton Mooseheads? It's funny, I did an interview today with the Wildcats guys, and I made the comment about them changing their name to the Herdcast podcast, as they have so many of our former Mooseheads. Eden says, except Carrier. Yeah, Carrier was a wonderful addition to our team. Eden, I absolutely adore his play. Lou says, Paul, definitely the Moncton Moosehead, says Melissa. Kennedy is not the assistant GM. Kennedy's not. Is he not the assistant GM?
Kennedy?
Yeah.
Was that
He's something
the
with
woman?
the office. I thought he was the assistant GM. He's something with the office anyway.
It was the mom.
Kennedy's father works for the Mooseheads in whatever capacity. I don't know. Half of Moncton are ex-Mooseheads, LOL. That's right there, AJ. Paul says Lou was a great kid. He really was. Where was
Allie McCaffrey.
Allie. Sorry, my apologies. It was Allie.
Allie McDonald. Or Allie
John Sightman. Kennedy's dad, Travis, is the senior VP of business operations. Oh, I did know that because he works with Brad Cusner. I apologize, my mistake. Sometimes you just forget things, that's all. Melissa says hi, Brooklyn. Gorman says 8 McKenzie left the team. This is true. So we'll include Mackenzie in that as well, where Mackenzie has stepped down to play with Pictou. We'll throw him in with the memory contest as well. AJ says, I have a awesome picture of Russo high-fiving Charlottetown goalie. That's a pretty special. So the Charlottetown goalie, that must have been Ruzia. Him and Ruzia were very, very close. Matt says Crosby hurt. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I agree. Although, I heard rumors. So I wasn't very shocked. He was out for an injury that apparently he had no real symptoms for. So I think they were sitting him for the trade so he didn't get injured. So I kind of expected him to go. I actually thought Phillip was going to go too. But it did hurt. Crosby, another one who is a pillar in our community, and he will be missed severely both on the ice and in the community. Eden, what are your thoughts? I think they're going to build around Carrier, Kennedy, Kilfoyle. My gut keeps telling me that 100%. 100%. Kilfoyle's 19-year, Carrier's 19-year, and I think it'd be Kennedy's 20-year is when. So initially, I believe they were going for it for Lou Levesque's 20-year, which would be Quinn Kennedy's 20-year as well. So we're not looking for it next year. We're looking for it the year after. So who cares if we have a bad year this year? Check out the short that I made with BJ. He he wanted to do a little message for the Mooseheads, so for the Moose fans. So we did a little short with him, just addressing the Mooseheads community. You can find that on our on that YouTube and on our Facebook pages. Yeah, he's what a good guy, man. I did an interview with him today. We'll get into that later on. We're still talking. I got to get through these comments. Oh my God, there's so many. 28 people, man. This is a great show. Thank you. I love you guys. Melissa says, I feel like everyone's story is going to be watching Russo get a goal. Yeah, that could be it, actually. I agree. Seitman, John. Russo actually started my first game I ever DJ'd for the team. He was in from U18 Major in Quebec, and I said to Ian that he may not be with us that year, but if he got on the team, he'd be the best, and he was.
A beast, yeah.
Cube says W. Hello, what up, Cube? Roxanne Farrell, Lou really won Charlotte over when he went to her classroom. Oh yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, and you know what? He's just the guy to send to the kids too, because I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not, but he has his phone number out there somewhere that is public, so that if a kid who plays hockey and needs advice and can reach out to him personally to get some advice. That's the type of person Lou is. I'm not going to tell you guys where you can find it. Some of you may know. Please don't share it. The kid doesn't need a bunch of phone calls. But that's the type of person he is. How are you doing? I'm doing great, Cube. How are you? Lindsay says Kennedy might do good with Phillips and that new guy from Cape Breton. Apparently, they all played together when they were younger. 100%. Chris says just finished a 3-hour DJ show. Go DJ, go DJ. Steinman already going NCAA. Okay. I am almost at the bottom, so we can get back on topic. AJ says, is our first round ours or another team's? Hope it's ours since we are second last team now. I believe our first round pick is our first round pick this coming year. If Dylan's still in the chat, he can chime in, because for some reason that guy is like a Rain Man when it comes to trades and shit like that. So if he wants to chime in, he can let us know if I'm right or not. What up, Kevin? Always had a good chat with Dylan when he came to my work. What a great person, 100%. Dylan's another star, man. Chris says Steinman is going to Bowling Green State University next season. Oh, that's awesome. He's already got a school. Dylan says Phillip and Kennedy 20 same year would explain why he wasn't moved possibly. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Halifax Moves Heads Highlights says Moncton won this trade coming from Crosby's cousin. Oh, 100% Moncton won. Moncton definitely made out the victor in these trades. Moncton did win that trade. Says Melissa, correct, we have our first round pick. Says Dylan, yeah, Lindsay, they were all former members of the Gulls U15, and they were the best at the time they played together. That's awesome. Colin, I sent you the pics from, yeah, I don't have time to pull up my phone. I have a sheet from my wife. She was very kind to write some stuff out for me, but you know me, man, I like to wing it. Xavier the Moose Heads fan, another new one. What's up? Oh wait, is that the cheese guy? I think that's the cheese guy. Yo, what up?
It might be.
How are you doing? I am doing great, Xavier. Are you formerly known as the cheese dude? Because I think that's your picture. Anyways, let's move on. All right, so what do we got here? I really should have read this prior to. So Melissa was very nice to write down everybody's stats and everything for me. So Quentin Kennedy, position, he's a center, shoots left, height 5'11". He's a good sized kid, not very tall, but he's got some good weight on him. He did really well in Rimouski for them. So let's hope he can manage for us as well. We just picked up Caleb Aucoin. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. Aucoin.
Aucoin.
Quack.
Quack. Not to make fun of anybody's name. I don't know much about him. Did you know anything about him there, Steve-O?
Not really. I had to check his profile and all stuff, but he's got 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points, -8. He's got 10 minutes apparently, so I'll say he's more
Third line, fourth line.
third line, fourth line. I didn't see the height or anything. He played 26 games this year, so he's reliable.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And
I would say.
so we got into pretty much all the trades. What did you think of what was your least favorite trade of the season?
Least favorite. Well, definitely the Rooster versus Steinman. So that was it's good that you give a chance to somebody else, but lose a chance for somebody else. So that was a trade that both it's a win-win, but both one's gonna be happy, and one is not gonna be happy. But that's what it is. And they are caring about the players, what they want to, and yeah, I'm surprised we didn't have more trade.
You're probably so like people
But
like Schultz are still with us, are you?
or Moser or Blake. Well, Blake,
Blake's
he's a young
new.
guy,
Yeah,
so
Blake's not going nowhere.
you'll be good. No, he's gonna be good. He worked super hard this year.
You like Blake?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a hard worker. He's
Yeah.
going in the corners and he's trying to get the what he can. So
I would like Blake a lot more if he would pass. I think he's got speed. He seems to have a good hockey IQ, but I don't like greedy players. And he even said it in an interview that he's a shooter. But just because you have the puck doesn't mean that it's the best decision to shoot. One of the last games he had, I can't even remember who it was, set up for a nice little tip. Yeah, he ended up taking the shot. 9 times out of 10, that guy's going to take the shot. And I really think he needs the discipline and the knowledge to learn when to shoot and when not to shoot. And I don't think he's there yet. And I think once he learns that, I think he'll be an unstoppable force who can make plays. But he's just a kid.
definitely,
He's just a kid.
definitely, he's just a kid.
Just a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Simple plan. Just a kid.
Just a kid.
No, I think. And what do you think of Kennedy so far?
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't have much of an opinion on him. It's funny because when we got Carrier, I was like, "Oh, we got Carrier. He's awesome." I don't feel that way about Kennedy yet.
I think he's a two-way.
I think he's
a
good.
two-way.
But
Yeah.
my issue is I thought we were getting Kennedy with the hopes that he was going to be like a scoring machine, and I don't think that's what we got with him. We don't have a scoring
I think
machine
the
right
video.
now.
No, not anymore. But and those will probably Carlos is gonna be probably playing on Thursday. I don't know if it's gonna be official, but he might be playing there
He
because
should be.
of course he's got like a week off, right?
I ran into him at the
Um,
last game. He was at the top of section 12 eating a hot dog.
Yeah.
Just mowing it down too, man. Like he ate that hot dog like he hadn't eaten in 3 weeks. He must not like
Yeah.
the food in Ontario.
Well, that's what it is, and it's different. And when I saw him too, and I was like, congratulations, with the German team and all stuff. Was it fun? He's like, oh yeah, it was fun. So it's great to see the feedback that they enjoyed the experience down at the World Junior, and it's always an amazing experience to go to the World Junior as a player, especially when you're young, down there, and you're representing your country, right? So that's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I just sent the link into the chat. If anybody is interested in voicing their opinions on the trade, we are more than willing to hear you out and have a little chat with you guys. I'm going to talk a little bit more about our performance as of late. I'm looking back and I'm having a hard time finding our one that we had in the win column. It's been a bad little bit here. Let's see.
Injuries hit really hard on our team, and like Jake Todd just got back 2 games in a row now.
Yeah.
So he's just got his legs back, and I'm glad he's back. And it will give a little bit of boost for Brady.
Yeah.
Not Brady. Brendan. So
I'm looking
So
at
we'll
I'm
get a
looking at
boost here.
the website right now, and if I'm correct, my eyes aren't deceiving me. We have not gotten a win since November 30th against St. John. We lost against Gatineau.
Yep.
We lost against Moncton. We lost against Val-d'Or. We lost against Bathurst. We lost against Charlottetown. Charlottetown again a loss. Bathurst, Cape Breton, Moncton, and Moncton. So yeah, it looks like November 30th was our last win. We're 1.0 to contention right now. If the playoffs were to start tomorrow, like we're 1.0 to contention. Yeah. So what do you think? Do you want to go to the playoffs, or you just want to scrap this year?
Well, like I said, the first live of the last year, of the beginning of the season, I said they're gonna be in the middle of the pack, like 9 or 8 in the conference. But it
hold
looks
on,
like
you're
they're
right.
gonna be
You're right. I read that wrong, Dylan. We did win on the 14th against Charlottetown.
14, 13.
14th. We lost 4-1 on the 13th and 1 on the 14th. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
But yeah. Sorry. Do you want to kind of just scrap the playoffs this year and hope for a better draft pick, or what do you want to do?
For me, it would be great to just try it out in the playoff. Let's get a push and go to the playoff. Saguenay did it last year, the youngest team, and they surprised everybody. So, I mean, it could be a possibility. For me, they should be making the playoff, but to play against the top team like Voltigeur or Moncton, well, we'll be against Moncton anyway. So that would be a great matchup, because since we give all our players down there. So for me personally, it's just to show who wants it more, and the young kids that just touched the playoff a little bit. And I think that would be a great variety, like a good battle together.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a
Are
challenge.
you trying to say morality?
No,
moral?
rivalité. In French, rivalité. So it's like it's like a maritime showdown. And
Okay.
because Moncton and Halifax always have been together against each other, PEI, the maritime in general,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
it'll be a great battle. I think it will be a good battle. We'll see if Steinman just want to stick it to Moncton. I know.
Yeah.
In the playoff, you never know. And goalies are there. And then when I seen the stats for Steinman, he's 2 point something goals average, and Russo's 3 something. But we'll see how it goes, right?
Simon had a much better team in front of him. Like not
Yeah,
throwing
he's a big
shade,
guy.
Again, not throwing shade at the Mooseheads. We know what it is. But Steinman definitely had a better team in front of him. So for him to have a 2.2 or whatever the case may be, that's you expect that. You expect lower, right? With the team that he has.
Definitely.
Let me get to the comments real quick. Okay, so last one I didn't read was Xavier did change his name. So he is the cheese guy. What up, Xav? Matt Farrell says he disagrees about Moncton winning it. He says it may have for this year, but we certainly did for our future. Logan certainly won. This could be great for him. I agree that it's great for Logan, but if there's no back end on this deal, I feel we lost. If we don't expect to get a player who's going to make a difference from them the next trade period, then I think this is a wash. And we may have gotten some trades back, but we gave up 2 players for 1 player and some picks. And I get that we need the picks, but I don't know. I personally think that it's a wash if we don't get something from Moncton later on. Yes, Matt, good point for the future Moose one. Dylan says we have our first, second, and second Armada next draft, and in 2016 we have our first, Rimouski's first, and our second. Rimouski's second, Armada's second, Shawinigan's second. Wow, that's a lot of picks. Yeah.
Did you pull that list there from Dylan that put on
Dylan
chat group there?
Dylan he just commented it all, so I just read it from him. Siteman says, "What up, Matt? How you doing, bud?" Siteman says, "Oh, Quint was a Halifax Max in 21 through 23, 85 points in 69 games. Wow, way to go, Quint. Just in tough spot given the depth. Yeah, Cape Breton does have depth. He has the potential to be a solid middle depth guy for sure. Oh, cool. I look forward to that. What up, Matt?
What's going on? Sorry, just getting set up here.
No worries.
Oh, there
man.
you go.
You do your thing. I'll keep
I
reading
see
while you're
it.
setting up.
I want to see everybody. There you go. Now I see everybody.
What's that?
I see everybody now. I have to
there you go.
swipe a little bit on the screen so I can see everybody.
Oh, swiping right on me, are you? Gotcha.
You have matched with Matt.
Man,
How you doing, Matt?
I'm good. Yeah, I totally disagree with you on the whole Moncton
I heard.
winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you commented more on that, and I still think, man, I don't know. I'm good with getting rid of Russo for a 20-year-old goalie. Where it's 1-for-1, both sides kind of win. If they felt that Simon's not their guy,
how do we win in that deal?
how do we win? We got 3 draft picks out of
by
it.
getting Steinman. How do we win by getting Steinman?
Well, who's our next goalie in line?
So right now we have Milner and the new Circa, which
Circa,
Milner's probably gone. I know that. So then we would be left with a 16-year-old goalie, which is not ideal. I get that. So we would need a 20-year-old or a 19-year-old goalie to help Circa come along. But,
I would take Steinman for this year.
Yeah.
You're giving Russo an opportunity to carry on.
Yeah.
Great. Steinman comes in, helps Circa. Great. We got a little bit of there. Now, by getting Steinman, but then getting rid of Crosby and Rousseau, so the Russo-Steinman cancel each other out.
I
Crosby.
disagree.
Oh, 100%.
No way they cancel each other out.
Why not?
That's a lateral.
That's a 20-year-old for a 20-year-old.
That's a lateral move at best. I mean for their side, not for our side.
Oh, for them, they're thinking Russo's their guy.
Yeah, I don't think it was fair for their side on that.
No, and that's why I think
but
we were winning.
My issue is I didn't want a goalie. I would have rather kept Milner, and
100%.
and called up either Saint Ange or Magit, or just keep Circa, and then
Then how do you
bring
get
up
rid
if
of
you had to.
Russo?
I wanted him to go to somewhere else.
He's not going anywhere else.
Or then he could go to Moncton and we got something else, but I didn't want a goalie back.
The only way that could have worked is if they did 20-year-old for a 20-year-old. That's it.
Yeah, I don't like to do
So
that.
Steinman was their 20-year-old. They felt like they had more with Russo, and we'll see in the future. But for us overall, with us getting those 3 draft picks and then losing Logan, that clears us up next year because now we don't have to decide on him being a 20-year-old and keeping him.
Who's that? Logan?
Crosby, yes, because
Oh,
Crosby will be a 20-year-old next year.
Next year doesn't matter. I don't
Everything's
care.
about the future. That's
Yeah.
why. That's the whole
Sell.
point of the rebuild.
Sell.
And we got to get something out of it, like the
Yeah.
draft picks.
Picks or young
Well-
kids, not a 20-year-old goalie.
But that's the only way that they were able to get it, because more than likely they had to have a 20-year-old for a 20-year-old, and then Moncton wanted something else to be able to give them the draft picks. So they wanted a young guy that they could at least get 2 years out of, or at least another year and a half.
I don't know if that's what they're thinking personally, but what I do think is, I lost my train of thought. What was the last thing you said?
Nothing you liked.
No. There was something you said, and I was trying to comment on, and I got off on
The
my
trade.
mind.
Well,
I don't remember my train of thought.
The
I
trade.
know-
The trade.
the end of the day, if we didn't get rid of Russo, we weren't getting any draft picks.
That's
If
what
we
it
get
is.
rid of Crosby, we didn't get any draft picks. The whole
I'm
point
fine
of getting
with
rid of
getting rid
Russo
of
is to
them.
get something.
But I'm fine with getting rid of them.
Yeah.
I'm not against it at all. I thought this year should have been sell. I agree 100%. I'm not butthurt that we lost our guys. I'm not that fan that's sad because we lost our guys. I want Russo to have a chance, and I want him to go to Moncton. I just don't think we should have taken Steinman. I don't think we needed him. Like I said, Milner could have, supported Circa until he was 18. You can't tell me that other teams aren't running 18-year-old goalies when Melota's running after they got rid of Ruzia. So, I mean, it's not like we couldn't have done the future without Steinman, because we could have definitely done it without Steinman. I think we should have either got a young kid to go for our next year or picks to go for the following years. Not another goalie. I don't think we needed that.
But whether we needed it or not, though, they still needed to have a piece to get rid of Russo. Another team had to step in and take a 20-year-old.
But we didn't have to get rid of Russo. That's the thing. None of those deals had to happen. Right? No. It's not like somebody had a gun to Cam's head. You take Steinman, or else we're not taking Russo. We didn't have to take the deal at all, whatsoever.
No, but the deal did add 3 draft picks.
Agreed.
With us adding Brosby.
I think those are placeholders, personally. I think honestly that I absolutely love that deal. If we get Desnoyers next year, I love that deal. Everything about that deal, I would eat it up, and I would dip my bread in all the drippings. If we get Desnoyers or something similar next year as a future, and they get their draft picks back, I'm totally okay with that. I love getting Steinman if that's what we get in return. But this year, if we're taking it at face value, we did not need Steinman.
It's going to be in the long run. In the long run, it's going to be really good. And I think for me personally, get Steinman versus Acadie Batters, and it's going to be now Newfoundland. I think that would be great to break the record of 13 in a row we lose against Batters.
I think we're at 12 right now.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Listen, yeah, we need a change. We need a change for that.
If Steinman comes in and he performs, but I'm bitter. I have a taste in my mouth from the Reynolds trade. And, the fact that Reynolds came and didn't perform, and I'm like, well, what about this kid? Is Steinman going to show up and just not do anything like Reynolds did?
Well, if he's going to NCAA, he wants to show, right?
Yeah, I suppose. I guess
he's still got something to prove.
That does change something this year. I forgot about that in the chat. Yeah. So yeah, you know what? And if he comes and he works out, great. I talked to Dylan. Dylan's happy about it now. Me and Dylan were under the same agreement that we didn't want Steinman. Now all of a sudden he's happy with it. But I stick to my guns. Like, I really don't think that trade was the best trade for Halifax. I think it was a great trade for Moncton. I think it was a horrible trade for Steinman. I think Steinman got the shittiest end of the deal there. And not that, not to throw shade on our team. Everybody knows we're in a rebuild. We're not expected to win. The players don't expect to have a miracle. You know what I mean? So I'm not knocking our team, but I am saying that Steinman got Moncton to where they were. Steinman probably feels like ass leaving Moncton. So I feel bad for the kid.
Would they have asked Steinman if he wanted to come here?
Would you? Even if they asked him, would you say yes, send me to almost the last place team?
Well, you can say no and still go to your parent club or whatnot, and then still got NCAA next year.
Yeah.
Well, he had to have had some say to want to come here, because he could easily say, you know what, I'm not going. I'm going to go play here because they have my rights.
He could still do that.
100%.
He could still go.
But then Moncton's screwing Halifax, and that's not good business.
Well, the way they feel, we screwed them back in 2020 anyway. They'd just be paying us back. We predicted.
I'll put it up there. Yeah, predict the COVID. Yeah. Well, I'll put it up there because that was one of the article there I seen there. The end of era Russo traded to Moncton there.
Yeah.
So when they put it there, I'm just gonna quote what Russell said there.
Cam.
So he said, Cam Russell. So he said, Mattis has done everything and more than that we could have ever expected him in a Moosehead jersey. These decisions are never easy.
No.
But we wanted to give him a chance at winning a championship while helping our team get better for the future. We wish him and Logan the best luck in Moncton. You know what? That's big statement.
Yep.
And Russo did the big stage with Canada. Did the big stage goalie goal. Of course,
Yeah.
went over the news. Now he's got a chance to go get in the chance to go on the road of Memorial Cup if they go make it past there, because Rimouski is pretty strong too. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think Colin disappeared.
You did.
But
No, I'm still here, guys.
oh, you're still there. So yeah. So like,
I'm trying to be professional.
oh, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that Cam Russell put it out there, and you know what? It's definitely define what Russo is in their organization. Exactly there. He perseverance every time. You get back goals. That's any goalies, because I always say goalies are weird, and I'm a goalie myself. We're weird, so it's just how it is. Like that's how the cookie crumbles,
You're
right?
weird?
So, oh yeah,
No.
100%. Oh
You're
yeah,
not weird.
you can tell.
Not because you're a
Oh,
goalie.
that's how I'm a goalie. So yeah. So anyway, that's my way. In this trade, there was 1-for-1, and it's just to get another chance for a crack on another chance for something else, and it's different for him. I'm pretty sure he's gonna miss to have 40 shots, and he's gonna have 20 shots. So so we'll see how it goes.
I wanna take a minute and I wanna check in on Charlotte. So has she been told that Russo's gone?
Yes.
How's she feeling?
Well, we've been preparing her
Yeah.
all for that and preparing her for Milner, and she's actually happy for Steinman.
Oh, good.
She likes watching him Moncton.
Yeah.
She was sad with Logan leaving, but knowing that we're going to go visit up in Moncton a bunch of times anyway, she's happy with that.
You going up on the 5th?
Oh,
sorry, 25th.
February?
25th. My bad.
For
25th.
Rimouski, I've been looking at it because she's missing those goalies from Rimouski. Because
Yeah.
I'm missing goalies from Rimouski and Quebec for her to get signed.
Well, we're going up. I think Lindsay and Steve are going up. Dylan said he may be going up. So there's a bunch.
I got
of
my
us going
ticket.
up. You got your ticket? Nice. So there's a bunch of us going up. Make a trip of it.
Well, I definitely want to go up, but I'm looking at also got to go up for the Quebec game too. So it's kind
Yeah.
of you see.
How you doing, Gorman?
Not too bad. The reason I wanted to chime in
Yeah.
is because I did change my stance after what I initially wanted going into the trade deadline. Yes, I was saying I didn't want Steinman, but my whole thing was I wanted a younger goaltender that we could use going forward.
Yeah, for a future.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
We
Circa.
we got that with Circa.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what I was saying. To me, I like Milner. I like Milner as a goaltender.
Yeah, you liked him. Yeah,
But
you've always liked him. I've
always liked him.
Team Milner.
I've never said anything bad. Like I like him as a person. I like him in goal. But if we're going off of stats and everything, Steinman, in my opinion, could be a better mentor to learn from than what Milner could be because of Steinman's play, because of the success that he's had this year. And having him mentor Circa going into the second half, and it all depends on the coaching staff too, on are they going to run Steinman this whole time? Or are they going to now do 50-50? We don't know what they're going to do goaltending wise either, right?
They
But
definitely ran Russo.
100% they did.
Into the ground.
But I think this deal actually helps us out simply if we would have kept Milner and then traded for Russo. I didn't like having a 19 and a 20-year-old is what I didn't like.
No.
I wanted a younger goaltender, which we have in Circa. And that was my whole stance on it. So that's why I kind of switched. It's not, I don't like the trade on Steinman's behalf. Personally, at all, I feel he got kind of screwed over. But I love it for Russo. I love it for Crosby getting a chance to win. But that's kind of why, that's why I switched on it, because I still kind of got what I was talking about with the younger goaltender that we could go forward with.
Regardless, next year we're going to have an 18-year-old goalie and nothing.
Unless we trade for a goalie. We still have the draft.
Yeah.
I will say, and I've said this. This is the
18-year-old
first.
goalie.
Do you think we're gonna try to get the European goalies
I hope
Yeah, we
not.
could draft-
I hope
someday
not.
again?
I hope not. I don't want a European goalie. I think we need to focus more on our Canadian goalies and building up our Canadian goalies.
But Matt, he's
yeah.
he's saying an 18-year-old goalie because of like Madrid or St. Ange or something.
Oh, come
Bringing
on.
No.
possibly one of them up.
No, what I'm saying is Circa will be 17. Sorry, next
17.
year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be stuck with a 17-year-old goalie next year. And
All right.
nothing.
He's
Unless
the goalie
we-
going
unless
forward for 4
there's-
years, unless he doesn't perform.
Yeah, who wants to run a 16-year-old goalie as our starter though? Like, or a 17-year-old goalie as our starter?
You wouldn't run
Depends
him-
on how he
you'd
plays.
Run him.
Depends on how he plays.
Yeah, but our argument right now, isn't it leadership and you know what I mean? So we have Steinman for a half a year, and then what does it matter because he's left on his own with nobody else to look up to? Isn't the goal to have 19 and 17 for goalies?
Not necessarily, but there's always the trade debt. There's also the draft that we could trade for an 18-year-old goalie who's in the league right now who will be 19 next year and go with him. I will say this is the first year in a long time, and I've said it to Matt and I've sent it to pretty much everybody. This is the first time in a long time where next season our starting goaltending position is a question mark.
Yeah, I'm not happy with that. I don't like that.
All right.
Goalie coach got a lot of work to do. That's all I'm saying.
Can we, while we're all here, and there's plenty for people to listen to and plenty of opinions, and let me just start off by saying that this is purely opinion-based, and not one of us are going to be right. So I'm just going to put that out there now.
We listen and we don't judge.
What do you guys, so again, half a season with Lordo, not ready to execute him yet, but what do you think of his plan with running a one coach and an associate coach instead of a coach and 2 assistant coaches?
I don't think it's working. I don't think it works in the junior style.
No, I don't
Myself.
think it works whatsoever. I think
Well,
every
he's had
end,
it. He's had it working where he was.
Yeah, well, I think every end of our game right now is suffering from it.
I think it's just too hard for. And again, I don't know, Lord. Again, opinion. We're all opinion, like you said, but we don't know how much. How can I say this? I lost my train of thought at the same time.
Okay,
Squirrel.
That's against
AJ,
it's speed.
we did have Cam Russell on. If you want to scroll back in the video history on YouTube, you can check out his interview.
So yeah, this really quick game there all the time. Every game is quick, and Andrew is not keeping up with the speed. And like I'll take example, Martin Saint Louis took 2 years before you get the natural like rolling with the lines and all stuff. So I would say that probably the Moosehead's is getting to prepare for that. So maybe next year I would say probably roll with 4 lines. But right now this year's like he cut the bench against Moncton. He tried to get the goals, the first line, the second line. And to be honest, it's really hard as only one coach doing that because you need to get the extra pair of eyes to get it there. I think Cam Russell should just be an assistant coach, or just try to help out.
Keep him off the bench. Keep him off the bench, please.
He's definitely much better in the office.
You know,
It was an insider.
Somebody who just became available.
Who's that?
Brendan Benedict.
Mm-hmm.
He's not
Yeah.
coaching down there no more.
He's not affiliated with them anymore.
I would love to have Benny up here. I think he
Right.
would make an awesome coach up here.
Something
Cam,
happened though
get
between
him.
them.
So I think possibly he used him as an assistant, but at the same time, they're letting Lord run his thing. We won't have a second coach for at least the rest of this season.
Oh no, we won't for this season, no. But I'll tell you right now, I don't care if Benny's messed with the owner of the team's wife. I would take him in a heartbeat to be the assistant coach, man. I don't care. Come on, Benny.
Oh,
Right,
the fantasy to have
would-
that assistant coach.
That's our offensive coach right there.
ideally,
Yeah.
right? And that's what we need.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. And so, okay, now let's switch it up. Again, not ready to crucify. We listen and we don't judge. What do we think of McKenzie this year?
No.
No, not talking about it, or no?
I think he was good at the beginning of the season, and
We're
actually
talking about
went to
Brad
downhill.
Brad McKenzie.
Defensive coach.
Brad McKenzie.
Yeah.
Oh, the defense coach. Okay, I thought it was
the
defense.
Now, keep in mind, this is a young team. It's a new team, so we can't really, like I said, we can't crucify them. But we
100% you can with him. I'm not saying you can't, but he's been with the team long enough to the point where he has more experience than just this young team like Lord.
Yeah, 100%.
He has more of a feat that you can go off of than what Lord does.
But in
with
previous years,
our organization.
In previous years, our PK has been quite good.
Our PK is quite good this year.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's doing his job, well, at least on that front, right?
Yeah, on that front, he is.
Right.
But there's been times where a lot of fans have questioned the defensive positioning of our players going back a few years.
Yep.
Even the year we went for it. Like, it was, and I don't know if that's like the player style that they're bringing in, right? Because it's hard to break a player out of their style that they have,
100%.
just in general,
Yep.
right? So I don't know if it's the style of player that they're drafting. I don't know if it's what he's getting them to do, or if it's what they're seeing on TV and trying to emulate, like some kids do when they're on the ice, right? I don't know, but there's something that hasn't been clicking on the defensive side for a while.
Well,
And I'm not saying it's him, but it's weird that sorry, I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat too. It seems to think that all of our coaching staff left after last year, and he was the only one that kept his position. So obviously he's doing something right.
Yeah.
And I think that's the PK side of it. As of everything else, I don't know.
Do you want to hear a theory?
What?
I think we started going downhill when we got rid of Sly.
It's like every time when we go 40, yeah, and we go downhill after.
Yeah. I think we kept Sly, gave him what he wanted. Maybe we'd be in a different position, but I digress. That may not be true. What do we look for the second half of this season?
It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight unless Victor and Gatineau just do slump like usual right now. They're not playing. They're the young team, and I'm just hoping to be dead last. I'm not dead last. Just to make the playoff and be against Moncton or Drummondville. One either.
I don't want to
and
make
just
playoffs.
prove. But you know what? Like, for a season ticket holder, I was gonna put money on the side, so I just wanted to pay the playoff and get the money afterwards if it's 4-0, right? But anyway, like it'll be prove the odds, right?
Yeah.
Take example Lafayette. In the World Junior, that was a shocking moment to beat Canada and go in the quarters. So they made baby steps, and I think that's what the Moosehead should do. Do the initial playoff with the team you got, the young youth you got, and learn from the experience, because we didn't have that for quite a bit, right? So I mean, like that's why I would try and make the playoff and try to see how we can assess that for next season.
What about you, Matt?
That's my thing.
Playoffs or bust?
Personally, I think it comes down to we just got to accept that this is a rebuild year and leave it at that. If we make the playoffs, great. If we don't, great. At the end of the day, I want to be ready next year, the year after. I want us to have a good run for the Cup. You make the playoffs, great. Get out first round, what's the point? Get out second round, that's not the point. The point is get to the end, win it, go to the Memorial Cup. If you don't have the players for it, don't have the players for it. We're rebuilding. We're all young. We're not getting the amount of shots on net right now. We're allowing so many shots on net. Right? Like, so, I don't know. End of the day, I just want to go to the game, watch the guys play, and have a good time. I mean, make playoffs, doesn't bother me at all. I'm cheering them on one way or the other.
Yeah. Dylan?
I'm perfectly fine with how the team's going right now, honestly. I'm being honest. We have a team I want to go to a game like Matt said and enjoy it and everything, but I want guys who are trying hard. This team doesn't give up. The players are out
It's
there
true.
constantly moving their feet,
It's true.
right? The work ethic is there. You never try to tank. You never try to go to the bottom, right? You always want to win, right? So for the players wise, do I want us to make the playoffs? 100%, right? Because it makes them feel better. Whether we're 0-4 or we make it past and go to the finals, right? It makes them feel better winning. Everybody feels better winning. That's a general thing majority of the time,
Yeah, you're not wrong.
right? So if we can have a competitive team, if it comes down to the last game of the season, because right now we're sitting 1 point in the playoffs, if it comes down to the last game of the season, that means we stayed competitive the whole time. Whether we're middle of the pack, top of the pack, bottom, we stayed competitive. And that's all you can ask for from a young team that, as of right now, going into next year's season, if we take Milner out like we expect him leaving, like the report has said, but from Willie Pavlov, we have one person that would be 20 years old on the roster next year. Right? So we're very young. And
100%.
I would definitely love to see them make it. But at the same time, when was the last time we had our own first round pick? So from a fan side, that first round pick is looking nice. And we're also going to have a pretty good Euro pick as well, which are two things that can happen or help our future. You also get a lottery pick finishing in the bottom 4. So we can make the playoffs and still get the first round pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or get the first overall pick.
For me, it's more the fact that, okay, I'm going to take away the hockey aspect of it, and I'm going to talk as a consumer for a second. Okay, as a consumer only, not a hockey fan. I want to make that clear so I don't take heat layer. You're not a real fan, fake fan, blah, blah, blah. As a consumer, I don't want to go to the playoffs solely because I don't want to spend the money to be out in first round when we can just let the boys use the regular season to get better, practice in the offseason, come back next year with another chance. And we get a better shot at the draft pick.
So, can I touch on something that somebody said in the chat right quick? AJ just said it.
Touch on whatever you want. Almost.
Well, AJ just said, why do we have to rebuild every 3 years? Why Quebec teams are always competitive?
That's not true. Sorry, AJ.
The thing with that, the teams that are always competitive are always finishing middle of the pack.
Yeah. And
like, they never have that high top of the year. Like, they maybe once, but like it takes forever for them to replenish that.
Yeah, and Quebec
like
wasn't competitive last year whatsoever. The
No,
Rembrandts.
he was saying
in Quebec it
teams
took
in
4
Quebec.
years. It took 4 years to get the Memorial Cup and win the championship, right? It
Yeah.
took 4 years, and
Right.
Patty dropped them there pretty good, and they said it's not going to be easy. And Dylan's right; it takes time. Like if it's going to be actually our year and a half of rebuild so far.
Yep.
So I mean, now we're getting the core.
No, this is our first year
and
of our
we're trying
rebuild.
there, right?
This is our first year
Yeah.
of our rebuild. Yeah.
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 So
We kind of-
we trade. Go ahead.
Go
Dylan.
ahead. No, I feel we kind of like expedited our rebuild a little bit by going and getting like Carrier and getting Kennedy and stuff, rather than going for the future players of like this draft coming up and stuff like that. We went to first round picks from previous drafts that were still. So we kind of I feel
I
I
agree.
don't know about anybody else.
No, I
I
agree.
feel we moved our
It's
competitive year 1 year advance rather than what it possibly could have been.
100%. Like this is still the first year of our rebuild. Like this year is the first year of our rebuild. But like I said, we're not going for it next year. I feel like we're going for it the following year, which would have been Lou's 20th, which is now Quinn Kennedy's 20th. All right. So I think we're on a 3-year cycle and not a 4-year cycle.
And I want to throw this out there. Next year, who's captain? looking at the team right now, who would get the C?
I think your most logical choice is either Phillips or Killer. But
Yeah,
I
for me, it's
I
Phillips.
could also see Walters, man. Like even,
I don't know.
Even McPhee was talking about him having the C.
I'm sure he's great leadership, but I don't know. Phil's been.
I think Phillips will probably take it.
Yeah.
On,
Could be.
I can see Walters though. He's a good leader. You can tell. You can see it. He's got that fire, and I love him for it.
Yeah. But I mean, let's keep in mind, Kilfoyle's second year he was an A. Nobody expected that.
No, and Jake Todd was an A too.
Fontaine has the A now.
Fontaine, what?
Yeah.
Does he have an A?
He got
After
the A from Martin.
Fontain's
Oh,
he
good
got
for him.
swapped.
I didn't notice that.
He swapped. Yeah, he swapped with Jake Todd because I think Jake Todd was
Todd
moved to A.
didn't have an A.
never
He was
Martin
never
did.
an A. Yeah, Martin.
Oh, I thought he was.
No.
Okay.
No. I didn't know that went to Fontaine. Fontaine, I think, would be an excellent leader.
Definitely.
There's also a possibility. I know he just got here. Depending on how he is in the dressing room, he has the experience in the league. Kennedy could be one of the leaders.
Yeah, let's keep in mind for all those watching who may not know, a lot of it doesn't have to do with none of it has to do with how you play and how you perform. It's more the way you lead the team. It's a leadership status.
I'd say some of it has to do with how you play. Because if you get the C and you're going out there and just skating in circles and not doing anything or trying, nobody's going to want to play for you. You got to at least be playing hard.
I see. I have to be specific. You don't have to get 100 points a season to be a C.
You don't have to be the most skilled player.
It has a lot more to do with how you lead the team and how you speak to your fellow teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it's up for the taking next year. I know 2 years ago I wanted Schultze, and we didn't get that. So, I mean, I think everybody thought Schultze at that point. So it could really go to anybody. I mean, if Furlong can get it, I mean.
Yeah. Tom McPhee is a 20-year-old this year.
Yeah, he's done this year. And yes, Tom, I will eat crow. I was wrong on the Steinman deal. See, the thing is, I heard it since last year. It didn't happen at the draft. It didn't happen at the beginning of the trade. So I called bullshit on everybody saying it. It was more than you that came to me yesterday. It was probably about 4 people who came to me and said they heard this person and that person muttering. I personally will not anymore believe a rumor at all. If Cam came to me and say, hey, listen, this is what's going on, I'll believe it. But not one person, because last year I looked like an idiot in front of way too many people listening to stupid rumors. So I will not believe a rumor anymore. And I never thought in a million years that deal would go through. But I was wrong, so I will eat my daily helping of crow pie. Yeah, that's that.
Rumors are just that, rumors, man.
What do we think about the Bent coming up? The new acquisition, Charos.
Charos, I think.
What do we think of Circa? Like, just for the future, what do we think of these guys?
Oh, Circa, I'm excited for.
Yeah,
he's tall. Yeah. He's got skill. Like, you can see in those 21 out of 23 shots.
Yeah,
coming
first
cold.
Game, not bad.
Yeah, coming in cold.
So
after 2 periods.
This is a hilarious stat. So we played up in Cape Breton. He went in. They had 23 shots. He made 21 saves. All right. Come down here, and we only had 22 shots that entire game. He faced more shots in 1 period than we had an entire game.
That's funny.
And he had a .91% save percentage too.
I gotta say,
yeah,
I'm not overly excited for him. Again, I'm on unpopular opinion. I feel like I'm always the unpopular opinion, but I didn't like his mechanics. He is young. Again, I get that, but if I'm basing him off that 1 game alone, I wasn't impressed, and I definitely wasn't impressed during the the camp. I seen Magid and St. Ange were much better options at that point. So unless he did some work after camp and has gotten better, I haven't seen it yet. But I personally would have rather picked up St. Ange or Magid.
You said the same thing last year about Milner at the start when he started taking on from Russo, and he did get a lot better near the end though, like halfway through.
Who?
You were against Milner at first.
Who got built better?
Milner.
Didn't Milner get
So when
worse?
Milner took over from Russo.
Didn't Milner get worse this season?
Last season I'm talking
Yes.
about.
Okay. So
he got
yes.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you said the same thing about Milner then that you're kind of saying about Circa now. I think Circa's going to do great. He's young. He's got time to learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not 18 or 19 yet.
That's right. That's right. And I gave
So he
myself
can't tell us mistakes now?
I gave myself a note. I said, A, I can't judge him off of what he's done so
I know.
far. I only seen him one game.
I know.
B, I said that he's very young and could do better. C, I said that he may have been working on things since camp. But what I am going to stick to is during camp there was 3 goalies that were better than him. That's fact. I mean, well, I guess it's not fact, it's opinion, really, but I believe Dylan will agree with me on that. I don't know if, Steve, you were at camp or not, but me and Dylan have already had this conversation, and he was not top 2, top 3 goalies in camp alone. If that's what we're judging him on, he wasn't.
So I did like Magid and St. Ange more in camp, but he also wasn't the worst goalie that was there. I forget who even else was there. We had
We had 6.
6 goalies.
Yeah.
We had 6 goalies there.
And I don't remember the other two.
Not counting Russo because Russo wasn't even there.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Devil's advocate.
He was at camp.
Circa knew he wasn't competing for a position.
That's the other thing too.
Yeah, that is the caveat, 100%. He may
So
have
he
known.
knew he's not going. So he's probably just using it for conditioning.
Could have, yeah.
That's it. While the other 2 guys are trying to fight for a spot.
Yeah, the other
Right.
3 guys.
Either 3,
Yeah.
sorry.
100%. You could be right. Maybe he's like, screw this. I'm just going to get the experience under my belt, go down to my other team.
I wouldn't say screw
Definitely not
this.
screw
Bad
this,
choice
yeah.
of words. Bad choice of words. But you're right. Like, he could have been like, you know what? I really don't have to push myself. I'm going to take this as an experience, bring it back to my team, go for it. And maybe next year I'll get on with the Mooseheads. You're 100% right. He could be. The only thing mechanically that I noticed in the game, and I mentioned it to Dylan, when he was going cross crease, instead of sliding his pad, he got up, shuffled his skates over to the other side of the crease instead of sliding over like you see every
score a
other
goal?
They didn't score because they didn't get a shot. But to me, that's a mechanic that's a mechanic that you should do in your mind. Like, it shouldn't even be a decision to stand up. You should be sliding over across your crease. Right? You get there much
Play
faster.
butterfly, right?
Yeah.
Butterfly and big goalies. And you seen the Sweden goalie too, going side to side and take the most you want on the bottom, and the top is just the blocker and the trap and the trapper, right? So that's what it is, and that's basic. There, the Finland did the same thing. The goalie there, that's why he was pretty good on all there. Astani, well, from the US, he was iffy. Young goalies have to learn how to push with their goalies, the posts with their pads, because with the new pads they got the rotating pads. I don't have my own. I was almost used the Roosters rookie pads there during the game, but unfortunately I give a favor to somebody, so to Dell, so it's great. But I would have tried them. I'm like, because I never had like those pads there that's rotate. I got my buddy's pad, and it's really hard to do butterfly with the old pads, right?
Matt wants to say something. I can see it in
How about this, Colin?
Yeah.
When Circus starts, you have a fresh take, because he's not going to be coming in after 2 periods where he just sat on the bench doing nothing and not having a team that's geared up already shooting another 23 shots on him. I say he was probably nervous. He was probably, this is his first time in the queue.
I'd say our team was also probably already defeated at that point because it was 6-1.
Wait.
Yeah.
Matt, I'm not against Circa.
Well, I want you to be, so I can be for him and he can be.
I'm not against him, man. I'm not.
I know.
I've said that I've not judged him. If we're talking on a purely acquisition baseline, I don't think he was the goalie for us at this point.
So-
That's it.
Can't.
I know. But
Go
what
ahead,
you're
man.
also saying is because of that one little cross crease move that he did, you don't see much of into him right now.
I was asked to judge him on a half a game that he played. So
yeah,
that's
and
what
I'm
doing.
asking you to give him a full game. I didn't say judge him on that game.
100%. I said from what I've seen of him so far, here's what I've seen. That's it.
Okay.
Maybe he comes out for his first full game and rocks it, shuts out 55 stops. I don't know the kid. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't know the kid. I'm not pro Circa. You know what I mean? Like, I hope he works out for us. I'm a Moose fan. I want every player on our team to be the best player that they can be. I'm not I don't know how to explain it. I'm not the enemy. I'm fucking not.
I want to say
We're just having fun there. Shoot the set.
The first so going back to like the training camp thing, and I agreed that I felt there were two better goaltenders than him at that time. Russo not being at camp because he was already on the team. But I got a chance to talk to Ali McDonald. This was the first home game that Circa was here. So that would have been New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
So
because he was supposed to play in at Cape Breton, they ended up sitting him because of one practice, so he would have played New Year's Eve.
So Cam and he was supposed to play in Bathurst. He was supposed to be dressed in Bathurst.
Oh, okay.
And he only had one practice and then dressed up there. But Ali and Cam came out the doors that we go in there. And I just, for 30 seconds to a minute, maybe, I was talking to Ali. And I just asked him, I was like, just out of curiosity, like, how many goalies can you carry? At this time, he said, well, you can carry as many as you want. And he goes, but we haven't had 3 and we won't, is what the assistant GM said. And there were other people that were out there as well. And I was like, okay, I was interested in like the pulling Circa up was a solid move, I guess. Like he looked good in the period that he played. And he said, and I also heard this from his parents, because that game, his mom was sitting 2 rows behind me. Ali said that they wanted him out of camp. They wanted to keep him up here. And he chose to leave to keep his NCAA eligibility open. They made that pick with Circa in hopes that the deal, like with the hindsight or the talk of the rule changing. So they wanted him. So they seen something from him right out of camp that obviously other people, myself included, haven't seen. But that comes from Ali McDonald, the assistant GM, and his mother said that as well. So they seen something. They must feel that he's a future for us, or can be a future for us.
Oh, 100%. And the kid could be. But again, he's just a kid. You know, like he's 16 years old. He's got a lot of growing to do. And maybe those small critiques that I have will be worked on. And I'm not a goalie fucking expert anyway, man. Like I never even played hockey other than ball hockey, street hockey. I'm a fan who watched, the Montreal Canadiens my whole life growing up. I mean, I know hockey to a certain degree. I am not a fucking expert. I'm just, from what I see on the ice, the minor critiques that I didn't like in Circa's game from the little bit of time I got to watch him. And maybe in the age, or would it be 19 when we're going for it, he's just a dominant force, and we don't even need a 20-year-old goalie because he's doing so good.
Right, he'd be 18.
Sorry, maybe he's an 18-year-old goalie and he's dominant. We don't need a 20-year-old goalie. I don't know the kid. I hope that's who he is. I hope when he's 18, we're like, Russo, who? I don't know, right?
Never do that.
No.
So you remember that time with Terenzo and Fucali?
Yep.
Same thing. When Terenzo just got injured and couldn't come back or whatever, and Fucali took the reign. That's exactly what is doing right now. Instead of somebody get injured, somebody's just getting traded, right?
Well, that's what happened with Russo and James too, isn't it?
Yeah, Brady. Yeah, James. Yeah, unfortunately.
So, let's move on to, I don't want to make Matt mad anymore, so let's get off of goalies. And let's get
What
on.
a save! What a save!
Let's
Anyway,
I'm not mad.
One more thing on goalies. One more thing. That's it. Something that's good.
The jersey fits good.
If the article is correct and Milner is the one that's leaving,
yeah,
I want to throw it there because I'm not sure how many people will. Thank you for working or being part of the team, being part of the organization in general, being the way you are with fans. You hear nothing but amazing things about Milner, right? People shit on him so much, and a lot of the time it's for some of the time it's for situations that he can't control. Right? You coming in, you're playing these games after sitting for 10 games. You're not going to be in game mode. Practice and games are two completely different things. That's something everybody can agree on.
Yep.
Practice, you know where the shots are coming from, pretty much. Right? It's like, come up here, get around this guy and shoot.
Yeah.
Right? There's other practices that they do, but just general.
Yeah.
So the work that he has done, thank you. Thanks for being a part of the community. You're a stand-up person. If you do end up staying with us, that is amazing. But if you don't, thank you.
Yeah. So Milner's the type, for those of you who don't know, don't stay after, don't, really try to meet with the players. He's the one guy who will always and forever give you a fist bump. If you got your fist up, he's hitting it. He's another salt of the earth type guy. We had him on the show with Charlotte. He's absolutely amazing with your young lady and with every other kid that
Amazing with everyone.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He really is, man. And there's more to these players than just their athletic prowess. They're the pillars in their community, whatever community they're at. These players go to communities they don't even know, and they help out in the community. Like they're good kids, right? So yeah, I agree. If you don't stay with us, Milner, thank you. Also to Russo, thank you. You did more with this community than you know.
So the reason I wanted to bring up Milner's because we were just talking about Steinman, Circa, and Russo. I didn't want him to get overlooked in that.
Yeah. He will forever be Moosehead, no matter
100%,
what.
100%. Now, I just want to get off goals, and I want to talk about Aucoin. Quack, quack. Anybody got any opinions?
So I reached out to somebody up there as soon as this trade went through. And my message to them right away, where can I find it, was quick. What should I expect? And I'm pretty sure it's Aucoin because he's from Nova Scotia. He's not Quebec. He's not a French player.
My name, believe it or not, is French, from Acadia.
Yeah, but he's a Nova Scotia born. Like his whole family's Nova Scotia.
Yeah, but Halifax or Annapolis Valley?
Hammonds Plains. Plains.
It could be Aucoin. Yeah.
All right. So I was like, what should I expect from Aucoin? And the reply was, hard-working fourth line type. I liked his effort, but not sure the coaching staff was sold. A bit of potential to surprise, I think.
Good. I hope so. And I just thought
that's what I heard from up there.
AU isn't English dialected. It would be French. Whether he's French or not, that's a French last name.
Yeah, but I believe it's pronounced Aucoin.
Okay.
Steve, what do you think?
For me?
Yeah, you're the French one here.
Is it Aucoin or
Aucoin? On the corner.
Aucoin.
Corner.
That's actually a really good name for a hockey player.
On the corner.
We won't know until we ask him.
Yeah. Whether he pronounces it Aucoin or Aucoin.
Excited to have him either way.
Yeah.
Let's bring on the new guys. Let's have some fun.
All right, that's it for me, guys. It's been an hour and 25 minutes, which is great. I needed this. I needed to see you guys. Thank you guys for coming out in droves tonight. Literally one of the best lives I think we've ever had. It proves that, we went on a break and we really missed our hockey. The fact that I have the three of you fine gentlemen tuning in and joining in today makes my heart melt. I know we don't always see eye to eye, but I truly love each and every one of you guys. I don't use that word lightly. I truly, honestly love you guys. I think you guys are some of the best people I've ever met. Everybody in the chat, you guys are all incredible people. Thank you for coming in day out to support little old me and this little channel we call the Moose Fans.
You had me at goalie.
I lost you at
Circa.
Fuck. And we got some last words.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, he's got the joke. Sorry, Ian. I forgot all about you, buddy.
So I gotta do quick. That one, it's a pretty good one. I always like that one. So, why don't hockey players sweat much?
They do.
They do?
Yes, they stink.
Because they have too many fans.
Ba-da-bum.
Oh, actually, we're
Hey,
a lot of fans, right?
At least we were able to understand what he said that time.
Oh, you were?
Oh.
I'm just nodding and smiling.
That's all good. Thanks, guys.
Real quick, I just want to say we have an interview that's out right now with BJ Wilson. I know I've said this before, but this is definitely going in some of my top favorite interviews. He was an absolute stud, very funny guy. So please check it out. Give him the love because
Is it going in your top 15?
No, he'd be top.
Since you say it a lot.
No, he's definitely top 5. Like he was.
Miller better be your top one because he was fantastic.
No, that interview is my top 1 because of Charlotte.
Oh.
You forgot the rant line. You forgot to talk about the rant line.
The rant line.
Best rant line with the BJ Wilson in the morning.
Hey, don't give it away. I haven't watched it yet. Thanks. Now there's no rant line. Great. Now my heart is broken.
No, I'm not even going to watch it.
I'm not going to watch it now. That's the whole point.
Fucking Steve.
I'm going to get Steve just to send me the clip notes.
You just got it. There's no rant line.
Also, I did an interview with Adam from the Moose Fans. That'll come out Thursday.
No. Adam from the Wildcast.
What did I say?
The Moose Fans.
Oh my God.
You're calling from the Moose
wondering
Fans.
about that.
Adam from the Wildcat. Well, he might as well be the Moose Fans now with all the Moose heads he has on his team. But no, with Adam from the Wildcast podcast, we just shot the shit a bit.
Can we bring up one more thing right quick?
You do what you need to do,
Just
bud.
real quick.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Moncton did enough? Or do you think Rimouski did enough?
We talked about this already. I do. I think they did enough.
Like, it's a toss-up there. I think Moncton has the edge in goaltending, but I think Rimouski might have the edge up front. So it's going to be an interesting second half of the season to watch those two teams.
I disagree. I think Moncton, as I already said, Moncton's core was much better before the trade period. So not only did their core stay the same, but they added to it with much better pieces, in my opinion. Their D is going to be impenetrable, 100%. Like their defense is going to be impenetrable, whether they have the top scores or not. Look at us trying to get. I keep bringing it up because it's the last trade period, but we've brought somebody up who we thought was going to get us some goals and didn't do jack all last year. So just because you bring a good scorer in doesn't mean they're going to contribute for your team. I think Moncton has everything in it to take everything this season, except the Memorial Cup. I don't think they're going to get that. But they definitely got the Gilles Couture trophy. The Moosehead will beat the Moncton. Dream on.
It could happen. It could happen.
I mean,
the winning goalie.
The Cinderella team. There's always one. I mean,
aliens could come down and start a hockey team franchise up and jump in bylaws and get in the queue and beat them to like anything could happen, I guess, but I can't see
It's
it.
starting in Newfoundland.
It's happened before in the NHL, but we're the last place team at the break ended up winning the Stanley Cup that year.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't the NHL, and I have faith in Circa.
I have
Look,
justice for Circa.
get off his jock. He's new. Jeez, man.
I like his tallness. What can I say? I love his tallness.
He's a big goalie. I love that too. Actually, I really do love that. But
We'll see.
You know-
Something we needed.
you know who else was tall?
Not you.
Magic.
Get off the Magic train,
Saint
man.
Thomas,
We're on the
Saint Thomas.
Circa train.
So don't
So
stop.
I'll say this, and I've told Colin before, so I'll say it here. Colin is very much like a
It's true.
feelings person when it comes. So like he got a chance
Oh,
to talk
really?
to he got a chance to talk to Magic, so he likes Magic, and you got a chance to talk to Magic, so
It's
you
not that
want to see him
simple.
on the team,
It's not that simple.
right? It's
You talk to me like I'm a fucking puck bunny. No, I talked to Magic multiple
I mean-
occasions. He's a good kid.
No,
That type of thing. Not that I got a chance to talk to him.
no that's
You know
that's
what
what
I
I
mean?
was
Like-
trying to say. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
But like that's why you want to see him be on the team to get the opportunities, which is fair.
Yeah.
Like I completely get it. Anybody would, right?
Agreed.
So-
That's me down to a T. I have big feelings, and
Talk funny?
what?
Nothing. I'm just saying, down to a T.
No, not that part. Not that part.
One
The
track
rest-
mind.
The,
Sorry.
the rest of it, he's right, and we've talked about it multiple times. Where if I really like a kid, I don't care how they play. If I hate a kid,
We're all like that.
I don't care how they play. I'd much sooner.
We're all like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Not Dylan. Not Dylan. Dylan is busy
See,
first when it comes to hockey, bud.
I love Milner because I think he brings a positivity to the team that we're lacking a bit, and that's great. And it's gonna be sad if he does not stay with the team. And if he goes to Truro, guess what? Me and Charlotte's taking a road trip with the family, and we're going to go watch him in Truro every game.
Every game, Jesus.
Almost every game. We'll
I'll
see.
come up with you for a
That's
couple
a lot
games
of
because
driving.
keep in mind we have this year we have Welsh up there, we have McPhee
Yeah.
up there, we have
No.
What?
McPhee's gone now, apparently.
Oh, is he gone? Okay,
Yeah,
well,
he's playing in Cole Harbor, someone mentioned to me.
we have John Greenwood as the coach, who's a
Yeah.
former coach for the Mooseheads. We have Is it Falkenham? Yeah, Ryan Falkenham, who coaches up
Yeah.
there, who used to be a former Moosehead.
Did he just skip? I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I know something happened with Falconham. I just don't know if he. I don't know.
But we have a rich history of Mooseheads in Truro, so I'd like to go up too. So if anybody's playing on a road trip and we all want to get in and go up together, I am down.
I have.
Something else I think we should do, if we go out of the playoffs early, I think we should organize a trip over to Halifax to watch uni hockey as a Moose family. I've been told it's an amazing experience, and I want to try it out, but I just don't want to do it alone.
Wait.
What?
University.
Oh, university. I'm sorry. I'm just a simple-minded. I didn't go to university. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think we should definitely, if we get out early and we can get to some games for Dalhousie, I think we should definitely go check it out as a community.
More hockey, the better. Apparently, I have Flow Racing. Apparently, Flow Racing, you can watch Flow Hockey. And Flow Hockey, I was watching Truro Bearcats on. It's fantastic hockey. Just saying, putting it out there.
You can watch Truro Bearcats.
Flow, whatever. They have Flow Racing, so I paid for the year for Flow Racing, and
Okay.
with Flow Racing, I got Flow Hockey, which gives you like the one that Truro Bearcats are in, AHL, ECHL, SHL, and a whole bunch of them. I've been kind of got into more hockey that way. It's
Well,
been
I'll
nice.
tell you, that's a lot more worth it than TSN. We bought TSN for the World Juniors, and you can't watch shit on
No.
TSN. That sucks.
Blackout, man. Blackouts.
That is garbage.
NordVPN.
NordVPN. All right,
I never
guys.
had an issue when I had TSN personally, but
What did you what?
Yeah, well,
NHL
you
could
never have an
watch?
issue, Dylan.
On the
You're
app,
perfect.
on the app, you can watch anything you want.
so
But they're
TSN
trying to
you
do
can't-
it there.
So TSN, you can't watch the NHL. The NHL network is logged in with Sportsnet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So what's the point of having TSN if you're a hockey fan?
Because they do carry some games, and you can watch the games that they carry over there that you can't watch on Sportsnet.
Well, I'm just getting rid of TSN and getting Sportsnet because TSN sucks.
You want to say hi, Call?
Who's that?
Come say hi.
Sure, bye.
Who's that?
Sure, bye. Oh, God.
That's bye.
He's a Newfoundlander now.
Oh, I can't see him. Hey,
There
you
you
doing?
go.
There you go. Hey,
How you doing?
pretty good. You?
Good. You back to you? Happy to be back home supporting a real hockey team?
Wow. I see how it is.
He still likes the Wildcats. Nothing wrong with that.
Drop mic.
They're definitely my second favorite team.
Yes.
Adam
Well, he grew up with
from
Halifax,
Moose
so just
fans.
point it
Julian just
Traitor.
chimes in. This is Adam from the Moose fans. That's funny. All right, guys, I'm going to end this because it's my birthday, and I've literally done 2 interviews today. I've edited an interview today. I've edited a short today, and I've been on this for over an hour and a half, and I just want to go have my birthday.
Happy 50th. I'm so happy for you.
Fuck you. It's funny.
Happy birthday, Colin. Happy
That's what it
birthday,
said on the scoreboard yesterday.
Happy birthday,
42.
to you, Colin.
Yeah, that's what it said on the scoreboard. So
Yeah. It's actually today. Melissa put it up there for some reason. But I think it's
because
just
there's
so
no
she could-
game today, duh.
I'm the only one in my family that can celebrate a game, a Mooseheads game, a birthday at a Mooseheads game because everybody else is in the summertime.
Charles is January 15th,
No way.
so we're going to celebrate January 11th on Saturday.
That's awesome. I look forward to that.
See how it goes.
All right, guys. That was our, what do we call it? The recap for the
Rant.
trades thing. Yeah.
Colin hates goalies, rant. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I love goalies. Fuck, man. You say one bad thing, you're a goalie hater for the rest of your life. All right, guys. I hope you're all healthy, safe, and happy out there. And as always, go Moose, go.
Yeah.